Hello friends, and welcome back to Mary's Country Kitchen. As promised, in today's video, I will be showing you what I cooked for our 1-ingredient challenge week, which means using only 1-ingredient foods to make our meals and snacks for our family. I had done the 1-ingredient shopping on a Monday, so our challenge started on the Tuesday. If you did not see my 1-ingredient shopping challenge, you can go check that out. I will link it below. I have also included some of the recipes in the description if you're interested. So without further ado, let's get started. The first morning I made oatmeal, and so that was using oats, milk, water, a bit of salt, a bit of cinnamon, and then we topped it with natural almond butter and some chopped apple and chopped date. And I don't have a clip of the lunches that day, but it will be similar to the lunches we had on the following day. And so then I got started to make some bread. I made copycat Texas Roadhouse rolls, which I've done a video on before. I can link below, but it's a family favorite here and delicious bread. And then for supper, I made homemade meatballs. So using ground beef, onion, egg, seasonings, and some oatmeal because I couldn't use breadcrumbs in it. And so we had the meatballs over rice with some broccoli on the side, and then the bread there. And the sauce of the meatballs too is all homemade. It has applesauce in it, different seasonings, and tomato paste. So I'll link that recipe below. That evening I got started on making a treat for the boys' lunches. So this is chocolate banana cake made with all wholesome ingredients. And so here's our breakfast. We are Wednesday morning, and so I have the Texas Roadhouse rolls that I made from scratch. I have some avocado. Here we have an egg and cheese and a bit of onion. So a nice breakfast sandwich. And for those that want, we have 100% orange juice to go with that. So here is a school lunch that I have ready. So here are the rolls that I made, and I put some of that good cheese inside. We have some veggies. Here's broccoli and cucumber. And I had made a homemade dip with sour cream and some garlic, a little bit of salt. So this is a dip for the veggies. Here we have some applesauce from the jar of applesauce I bought. And in here is the chocolate banana. Well, they're supposed to be muffins, but I made it in the shape of a cake. And so using honey and eggs, a little bit of yogurt, flour, cocoa. So made at home. Very tasty. The boys all love it. So that's the lunch for today, and everybody pretty much had the same lunch, except for my husband took leftover meatballs. Wednesday evening for supper, I tried out a new recipe. I'll link it below. It's simple and delicious. It's lemon butter chicken thighs, and there I have some parsley on the top of it. I also had some rice left over from the evening before, and so we used up the rice. I added some herbs to it and also made a Greek salad. Then that evening, in preparation for lunch the next day, I made a black bean hummus, which I thought would be good to give some protein, and they could use it as a dip for their veggies. And then Thursday morning, we had cornmeal porridge and with some oranges on the side. And lunch that day for my husband and my oldest son, they had leftover chicken and sweet potato that I'd cooked up. We still have the Texas Roadhouse rolls, chocolate banana bread, and some veggies with that black bean dip, and it was so good. I'll link or I'll write out that recipe below as well. And here's one of my schoolboys' lunches, and I had found a slice of sandwich meat in the back of the fridge, and I didn't want it to go to waste, so we used up that one slice. So that was a little cheat from our 1-ingredient week. So I'm just going to mix together some healthy energy bars. It's basically my, like, a little energy ball recipe. but I'm just going to press it into a pan. So I have a mixture of nuts. I have almonds, peanuts, and walnuts, and dates. There's coconut, there's cocoa, a little bit of salt, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of almond butter. I'm going to mix it. I'll see, because I didn't really measure that great. So I'll see if it needs a bit more liquid. I could add some coconut oil so it sticks together better. If it seems too wet, I can add more nuts. So the consistency seems a little bit dry to me, so I'm going to melt a little bit of coconut oil and add that in to help to bind it together. So I've added the coconut oil, and so the consistency sticks together a lot better. So I'm going to put it into a pan, and it'll make nice energy bars. I'll just let it chill in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then it'll be ready for the boys for a snack after school. So here are the energy bars that I pressed into the pan, and it chilled for a couple of hours, and then I was able to cut it up in squares for lunches or for a snack to have at home. And then Thursday evening for supper, I cooked pork chops with some seasonings and had a homemade tzatziki on the side, which I make with sour cream and garlic and a bit of cucumber. We had roasted potatoes, and I made these zucchini boats by slicing the zucchini in half and adding some mushroom and onion on it that I'd sauteed and topping it with cheese. And they were really delicious. It was enjoyed by all. And Friday morning, this is what we had for breakfast. So I just have this little bit left over. I'll probably finish it up, but this was really good. I used ground pork, and then I seasoned it to kind of make like a sausage. And I did that yesterday evening so that it would be ready just to throw in with my eggs this morning. And I have a bit of kale in there and cheese. And so it was really good. With the pork, I had put a bit of onion and mushrooms as well, and even grated apple in it. So yeah, it was a really good breakfast. I seasoned it with some marjoram and a little bit of chili flakes and salt and pepper. So here is Ezra's lunch for today. So I gave all of the boys a Greek salad that I made. So just using, again, all one ingredients: tomato, cucumber, onion, green pepper, feta, olives, and some seasoning: salt, pepper, oregano, and olive oil, and a bit of vinegar. And so they have that for their main course. In the feta, they'll get some protein. Then there's some homemade banana cake, or it's really my banana bread recipe in a cake pan, so it would bake faster. And then this is a homemade energy bar with dates and nuts and cocoa. We have applesauce. And for Ezra, I also have an orange that he can take. This is Friday's lunch. It has not even been 24 hours and it's almost gone. So just really good and really wholesome, nutritious, good energy. So everybody loves this one at home. So it is Fun Friday here at our house on this one ingredient week challenge. And so my husband really loves potato chips. So I couldn't buy any at the store. So I made some homemade ones. I did them in the air fryer. So I sliced them thin. I sliced some by hand. I sliced some with a mandolin to try it out. And then I just coated them in a bit of olive oil and salt and pepper and did them in the air fryer. So they're not super crispy, but they taste really good. And then we have some chicken wings and drumsticks. And the sauce I made with some tomato paste, honey, apple cider vinegar, some garlic cloves, and some habanero pepper, and a bit of salt and black pepper. on the side we have Mexican salad. So I just put tomato, cucumber, avocado, green pepper, green onion, some lime juice and olive oil for the dressing. Oh, and also cilantro, salt and pepper. So it is Saturday morning and we don't have any more bread in the house. So I baked this up quickly in the morning. It's just the pizza dough recipe that I use with pizza yeast, and I topped it with some herbs and olives. And then alongside that, our main meal was ful, which is fava beans that I had cooked from dried fava beans. And then you add tomato and some green pepper, onion, garlic, lemon juice, parsley. It's a traditional Armenian breakfast and really delicious. And with the olive bread on the side, it went really well. So because our breakfast was such a filling one and we did have it later on in the morning, we only had one other meal that day, and that was scallop and vermicelli soup that I made with some veggies and some chicken broth. And so it was nice and hot to warm us up. And then Sunday morning we had baked oatmeal, which is oatmeal, eggs, honey, and then I topped it with some almonds and some chopped apple. So we served that up for breakfast before church. And again that day we only had one other meal, which was roast beef and mashed potatoes. I did chicken and rice casserole and vegetables. And so we made it to the last day of our 1 ingredient week challenge. And so for Monday morning, I made scrambled eggs with some veggies and cheese. And then for lunch, I'm not sure what happened. I guess I didn't have time to take a clip of what was given for lunch. But here I'm preparing the supper, and I'm making meat dumplings, which are called khingali, which is something that Armenians enjoy to eat. The recipe is originally Georgian, but so you make the meat filling and then a dough to wrap around it, and I cook it in some boiling water with salt and pepper, and it was just a perfect end to a cold day. All right, everyone, that's it for today's video. I hope I've challenged you to cook more whole foods in your kitchen and to eliminate some of those processed foods from your diet, those foods that have a list of ingredients like that takes up the whole package, or even has ingredients that we don't know what they are. So it's always good to just incorporate more real food in your diet. Your body's going to thank you. And I hope to see you next time in my kitchen. Until then, may God bless you with his love, joy, peace, and good health. Bye.